Hi everybody, I'm Chris Watson, and welcome to this edition of the NYSPHSAA Captains Club, presented by the New York State Correctional Officers and Police Benevolent Association. Today we're at Lakeland High School in Section 1 to introduce you to the Lakeland Field Hockey team. The Hornets are the most dominant dynasty in NYSPHSAA history. They've won the last 9 consecutive Class B state championships. But the Lakeland dynasty did not start overnight. In fact, it started 37 years ago when Sharon Sarson was hired as the Hornets head coach. And she's quick to admit, winning state titles was the furthest thing from her mind.
I didn't know anything. I didn't even know how to even get my first practice together. That was my major concern, let alone trying to see a vision for years or decades. So, I mean, I didn't know anything. I just was trying to find the field and the practice and figure out what to do for the day.
It didn't take long for Coach to find her way. In 1990, Lakeland won their first NYSPHSAA state championship. They won again in 2003. And it was clear that Sharon was putting her stamp on the program.
It's just from the work ethic to the values. You know, Sarson is so big on saying hello when you come in right away. You say hello, how are you, how was your day? Just manners. Start off there. Then just the work ethic you put into it. If you work hard, you get better. If you don't, you won't.
I think the biggest thing is when you commit to something, you know, sticking with it and putting in as much effort that's needed to get the result that you want. Work ethic is a huge thing that I learned from her, and she's instilled it in all of these girls, and it shows.
And that work ethic starts at the top. Coach Sarson is a tireless worker and passes that down to every player she's ever coached.
The time and work that she puts in is unprecedented and it isn't seconded by anyone in probably any sport. She's devoted a life to this. You know, any free time she has, she gives up weekends, after school nights, to work with youth teams, multiple travel teams. She's all over the Northeast, the country, coaching year-round. So, you know, she's putting in time and effort to build a program that's reached the level that it has because of the time the coach has put in.
Sharon's a one-of-a-kind coach, I think. She definitely puts in the time and effort. She cares about these kids. She does anything for them. She puts in time in the summer, time during the winter, and the off seasons, and it shows. It clearly shows.
Everything with her is a lesson, and even if she's not even teaching us, I just always pick up new things from her. And like I said, time management is so important here, and the dedication and hard work that we put into it. Just so much work. Like, people think it's given. It's not. We just work so hard.
By the time Julia Cummings got to high school and was playing for Coach Sarson, the Lakeland dynasty was in full swing. The streak of 9 straight state titles began in 2009. Cummings was part of 3 of them before her senior year had even begun.
We're here every day playing and just giving it all in practice, and then in games it really shows because just of all the things that we're learning and practicing and going over, and all our skills and techniques and everything.
As the dominance continued, so does the expectation to win every year. It's a pressure that you have to embrace when you play at Lakeland.
As much as it gets discounted sometimes, and even in the community, because it's common nature at this point. It's like, oh, Lakeland Field Hockey is supposed to win, but you know, it's not. These kids earn that, and it makes it that much more incredible.
I think they think that it's great that just like a small town like us we're capable of doing that, but there's definitely a lot of pressure on us to continue to keep going where we're going, but we don't really let it get to us. We just focus on what we have to do instead of what they want us to do.
Despite all the eyes on them and everyone expecting them to win every single year, that's exactly what the Hornets did. And during the streak, Coach Sarson found some time to appreciate what her teams were doing.
When anybody ever says, that's amazing, I said, I know. It is amazing. It is amazing. And it's not just what I've done, it's just that it was done. It is amazing. Like, all the kids and all the people that had such a big part of it, like, it was, you know, like, one was, oh my God. And I remember them asking me at States, like, you know, are you going to do it again next year? And I'm like, oh my God, it was a three-peat. And I was like, are you kidding me? I would be signed up for that in a hurry. And here we are, you know, years later at 9.
For players to buy into what a coach is selling, they have to believe the coach wants them to succeed, not just for the good of the team, but for the good of the player as well.
She's incredible. She's such a good mentor for us, and she's like a second mom. She's been with us since middle school, even before then with SYC, and she just teaches us so much on and off the field, so she's a great person.
I learned about work ethic and what it takes to, you know, to do your best and to be your best, and she's definitely a mentor to me, being that I went to school for physical education, came back, was teaching in the district, then became the athletic coordinator, and she's the athletic coordinator at the middle school, so she definitely took me under her wing in that sense. I learned so much from her over the years. She's become, you know, she went from being my coach and mentor to she's like one of my friends.
Now, make no mistake, while her former and current players love the relationships they have built with their coach, there are times when a coach is not on the sidelines to make friends.
One of the baseball kids, they went to states this year, and I have a good relationship with him. And he came to our game, he goes, "You're scary out there." I go, "Come on, Joe, I have you in class." He goes, "No, you're scary out there." I'm like, he goes, "You yell." And I'm like, "I don't really yell. I just have a voice that kind of is demanding." I don't know. So I know that I demand a lot, and but I think once they get comfortable, they want that.
Save your tears for the pillow. Like, you don't want to cry in front of her, you want to be strong. I mean, it kind of prepares us for life out of here too.
And over the course of 37 years and 12 state championships, Sharon Sarson has talked X's and O's, game plans, and strategy with her teams. But those aren't the things that they remember when they're gone.
The philosophy of teaching life through sport is so important, and Coach Sarson does a phenomenal job with that. She's not only teaching these kids how to be successful field hockey players, she's helping them get into, you know, higher level educational schools. She's teaching them about life, organization, time management, work ethic, you know, everything that comes with sport and all the positives that come with it. And she's, you know, the cream of the crop when it comes to making, you know, women out of young ladies.
Graduating and playing for her, you're already ready for the real world. Really, I mean, you might not play a game, and she tells you that. If you don't work hard, you're not playing. If you don't work hard in school, you're not going to pass. So it's just she incorporates a whole life with just field hockey.
You know, I've been here for 37 years, so I have so many people that, you know, have grown up and come back, or they have kids that are playing for me now, and they just, you know, remember when they played and they were so, like, thankful that they learned what they learned. They were so much more prepared for college. They were so much more prepared for their job. And, you know, it's not just me, it's what we do in athletics.
Another reason the program has been so successful, balance. Coach gives her players the freedom to make decisions on and off the field and trusts that they'll do what's right.
Hopefully you have someone that drives the bus at all times, and you need that person to drive the bus in the right direction. And we've been very lucky that they buy into what we want to accomplish, and they do lead, and the kids do follow, and they do initiate, or kind of, they're self-directed. They don't need me to direct them. Although every now and then, like every minute or two, I'm looking over my shoulder. But I think it's really important to have the leaders that are gonna direct the team, and we've been lucky to have those people.
I mean, leadership on and off the field, you know, you always tell them on the weekends, be safe, you represent Lakeland Field Hockey. You know, we don't want to read about you in the paper. We don't want to hear about you getting suspended. You know, be smart. I mean, all these girls are, their grades are great. You know, and if you don't play. So in the back of my mind, as a student, I'm thinking I have to study. I have to pass because I can't play, and that was number one.
We listen to each other, like the girls from the years past before. Like, they show you what you have to do in order to be successful. Like, when I was a freshman, all the seniors were really like into it with everyone. Like, they made sure you were okay, and like they showed you how to lead, so you kind of want to follow in their footsteps too. This past season, Lakeland was right back where they've always been, playing for the Class B state championship. They faced old rival Garden City in the title game. And it's true, all good things must come to an end. Lakeland's run of 9 straight state championships ended with a 1-0 loss in the final game of the year. And while it hurts that they weren't able to keep the amazing streak going, everyone has perspective on what really matters when it comes to this team, this season, and this program. It's been such an amazing experience. My favorite years of my whole entire life, just being able to experience everything, like even practice. I love practice, and like all the games, how I just love our chemistry, and how we don't always succeed, but when we do, it feels so great. But even if we like don't win or don't like have the outcome that we want, it's always good. We always learn from everything, and I learned a lot through Lakeland Field Hockey. I'm gonna miss how she's not only a coach, but like a friend, a mom kind of feeling, and we can go to her for anything, and she's really helped us to become strong and individual people. And
you know, in college, like it's going to be a fresh start. I'm not going to have the chemistry I have with these girls or with Sars, like with my coaches. So I'm just going to miss that kind of relationship.
I have kids that have won national championships, have lost in the national championship game. I have 2 kids at North Carolina right now. I have, you know, I have an Olympian who played at UConn, and this is home. No matter where they've been and what they've done, like they're always a Lakeland Field Hockey player for their whole life. So I think it means a lot.
As you can see, when you become a member of the Lakeland Field Hockey team, you become a part of a family, and it's a bond that lasts forever. For the NYSPHSAA Captains Club, presented by the New York State Correctional Officers and Police Benevolent Association, I'm Chris Watson. We'll see you next time.